Today we will be talking about water and its properties. Water is a polar molecule. This means that the charges distributed on the molecule are not equally distributed. Water is comprised of three atoms, one oxygen and two hydrogen. Oxygen is a very electronegative atom, meaning that it attracts electrons very readily. This means that the oxygen is slightly negative on the water molecule and the two hydrogens are slightly positive, leading it to be polar. This means that water can readily bond to itself because of this polarity, meaning that the hydrogens on one water molecule will want to bond to another oxygen molecule on a different water molecule. This bond is called a hydrogen bond because of the bond between the hydrogen and the oxygen. This polarity leads to two different types of properties of water. The first being adhesion. This means that it can stick to other things readily that are also polar, and this also leads to another property called cohesion, which means that water molecules tend to stick to themselves, which I outlined previously. Cohesion also leads to a third property known as surface tension, and surface tension is the ability for the surface layer of water to be very strong, and the bonds at the surface are stronger than the bonds below the surface of the water, meaning that things can easily stay afloat on top of the water, and this can be seen through certain insects in wildlife, and also you can put a paper clip on top or something light on top of water and it will float. This is a fun experiment to try, and I highlight it in this photo right here. Another property of water, due to its polarity, is that it's a great solvent. Water is also very abundant in the world, and another property of water is that its solid form, ice, is actually less dense than its liquid form. This is not the case for many solids in the natural world. A lot of solids are typically more dense than their liquid form because of the bonding. But water is unique because the lattice structure of it is spaced such a way that it is less dense. Another property of water is its specific heat is rather high, meaning that it requires a significant amount of heat to increase or decrease the temperature of water by 1 degree Celsius. This means that water is a good insulator, as it will oppose a change in heat, and it can also be a good way for you to cool down in the summer because you can add water to your skin, for example, and it will absorb a lot of heat from your body, and it will in itself not increase in temperature by a lot. Another property of the specific heat being high for humans, or like for any animal specifically, is evaporation. Because when a liquid evaporates, all the bonds that hold the liquid together break, the gas becomes more has more heat in it, meaning that it actually removes heat from your skin, and that energy is transferred into making the water evaporate. This allows for cooling for animals, and this is also seen in plants. Thank you for watching my video on the properties of water. Thank you.